Welcome to the realm where legends come to life. Here, we journey through the timeless tales of myth, folklore, and ancient history, exploring the mysteries that have fascinated humanity for centuries. From the heroic sagas of legendary warriors to the eerie whispers of forgotten spirits, every story is a portal to a world beyond the ordinary. Subscribe and join me on this adventure as we uncover the truth behind the myths, unravel the secrets of ancient civilizations, and delve deep into the stories that shaped our world. Whether you're a lover of history, a fan of fantasy, or simply someone who enjoys a good tale, there's something here for you. Let the stories begin. On 10. Legends of England. If you're passionate about mythical stories and legends, both ancient and urban, you surely know the wealth of narratives that every corner of the world harbors. These stories are full of mythical and fantastical characters, capturing the attention of those who delve into their intriguing tales. This time, we'll embark on an imaginary journey to England, a country steeped in folklore and fascinating legends that have inspired countless tales and literary works. The Alnwick Castle and its ghost stories. This imposing building has witnessed almost 7 centuries of history, and due to the multitude of people who have passed through its walls, mysterious stories have accumulated over time. The Alnwick Castle has remained extraordinarily well preserved, allowing its spaces to be used for the filming of movies like the famous Harry Potter series. The castle's gardens are simply spectacular, offering mazes to explore and a notable display of carriages. It is the second largest inhabited fortress in England, and throughout the various wars the country has witnessed, it has changed hands multiple times. The legends surrounding this castle, especially those claiming the presence of ghosts from past eras, date back to its history as a war prison in the 10th century, used by Oliver Cromwell, which housed up to 7,000 prisoners. It is said that many souls still wander the halls and rooms of this historic fortress. The Epic of Jack and the Giant Cormoran. In the charming region of Cornwall, located in the southwest of England, lies an epic story that has been passed down from generation to generation, ranking among the country's most celebrated legends. Jack, a brave young farmer, becomes the protagonist of a feat that pits him against a malevolent giant who terrorizes the local community. The narrative recounts how Jack, using his wit and determination, devises an ingenious plan to defeat the giant. He digs a deep pit and disguises it with branches and leaves, tricking the giant into falling into the trap. Using a large rock, Jack manages to vanquish the giant and free his people from his oppression. The legend of Jack and the Giant Cormoran extols cunning and courage, serving as a classic example of how imagination breathes life into tales that endure through time. Oxford and the legend of St. Fritiswide. Among the venerable academic institutions of the world, the University of Oxford stands out as one of the most prestigious and recognized. Throughout its history, this university has been home to some of the brightest minds that have illuminated the path of knowledge. Among its illustrious visitors are iconic figures like Harry Potter and his fellow students from the School of Magic, as many scenes from the movies were filmed at Oxford's colleges. Among the legends surrounding this distinguished place is the story of its patron saint, St. Fritiswide. This beautiful princess longed to devote her life to faith, but her resolve was tested when a handsome prince arrived in the city. Tempted by earthly love, Fritiswide fled with her maidens. However, over time, she regretted her decision and returned to devote herself to healing the sick and establishing a hospice where miracles were said to occur. It is said that kings avoided visiting Oxford for a long time for fear that bad luck would befall them, as a member of royalty had once nearly led Fritiswide away from her spiritual path and the city. The Witch of Wookey Hole. Adding to England's legends is a chilling story rooted in the depths of the Wookey Hole Caves in Somerset. According to tradition, these dark and enigmatic caves were home to a malevolent witch. The legend tells of how this sorceress, a resident of the shadowy depths of the caves, cast spells on the locals and sowed chaos in the community. The story goes that a brave man, determined to stop the witch's evil, ventured into the caves and confronted the sorceress. Through a heroic act, he managed to defeat her and put an end to her reign of terror. Since then, the Wookey Hole Caves have become a tourist attraction, drawing visitors from all over the world eager to learn more about this fascinating and terrifying legend. Solstice at Stonehenge. Stonehenge, one of the most enigmatic and fascinating sites, is the subject of one of England's most entrenched legends. This structure, erected in the 20th century BC, has been shrouded in mysticism since its origins. Although its exact purpose remains a mystery, it is closely linked to the summer solstice, offering an unparalleled setting for observing the sunset on that special day. In addition to its connection to the golden ratio reflected in its design, there are also stories about the origin and transport of its imposing stones to this site. Given the limited technology available at the time and the precision with which the stones are aligned, it is puzzling to imagine how they were transported. For this reason, legends have arisen suggesting that the construction was the work of superior beings or even extraterrestrials. However, beyond speculation, the undeniable charm of Stonehenge lies in the ceremonies or rituals still held at this place, steeped in history and mystery. The strange apparitions at the Tower of London. The Tower of London, with its majestic presence on the banks of the River Thames, is a site steeped in history and mystery, standing out as the subject of various legends in England. For over 1,000 years, it has witnessed tumultuous events, from royal coronations to the executions of famous prisoners. It is also known for being the setting of numerous ghost sightings and paranormal phenomena. Among the most notable apparitions is the specter of Anne Boleyn, the second wife of Henry VIII, who was executed in the Tower in 1536. Her spirit is said to wander the place where she spent her last days. Another ghost believed to haunt the tower's walls is that of Lady Jane Grey, the short-lived queen who was executed after only 9 days on the throne. There have also been reports of a phantom bear, representing the bear that died on the same site. The Tower of London serves as a vivid reminder of England's tumultuous history, where echoes of the past seem to resonate even in the present, bringing to life a setting filled with enigmas and emotions. The legend of King Arthur. Another of England's most famous legends is that of King Arthur and the wizard Merlin. This monarch ruled Camelot with the assistance of a magician and 12 knights. The legend, which intertwines elements of fantasy with reality, recounts the exciting adventures of this king and his rise to the throne of England with Merlin's help, as well as the episode in which he obtains the legendary sword Excalibur by pulling it from a stone. The monster of Loch Ness. In the depths of the murky waters of Loch Ness hides one of the world's most famous mysteries. The first report of a possible sighting of the monster dates back to ancient times, in 565 AD, when the Christian missionary Saint Columba encountered the beast. Since then, countless accounts have emerged describing Nessie as a large, serpentine creature that mysteriously glides beneath the lake's surface. Researchers and enthusiasts have employed cutting-edge technology to track and study the elusive creature. But the mystery remains. The legend of the Loch Ness Monster continues to be one of the most compelling and enduring enigmas of the United Kingdom. The Boggart and its legends. In the legend of the Boggart, a malevolent creature rooted in English folklore, the story is told of a farmer who acquires land where this being lives. The boggart claims ownership of the land, but the farmer outsmarts him by deciding how to divide the crops. First, they plant barley, and the farmer chooses the part that grows underground, leaving the boggart with the less valuable portion. Then they plant potatoes, and the farmer selects the part that grows above ground, once again taking the better harvest. In the end, the angry and humiliated boggart leaves, never to return. Herne the Hunter, the ghost of Windsor. Windsor Forest, with its majesty and mystery, has been the setting for numerous English legends over the centuries. One of the most intriguing is the story of Herne the Hunter, a spirit that roams the dense woods of Windsor. According to legend, Herne was a royal hunter who served at the court of Henry VI. His fate changed when he suffered a severe injury while hunting in the royal forest. Although he was brought back to the castle for treatment, Herne's wound did not heal, and his despair grew. In his anguish, he made a dark pact with mysterious forces in the forest, sacrificing his soul in exchange for a miraculous cure. Although his wound healed, his soul was trapped in an eternal cycle of torment. Now, Herne's spirit appears as a ghostly hunter with deer antlers on his head, wandering through the forest. Sightings of Herne the Hunter have persisted for centuries, adding an additional layer of mystery to the already enigmatic Windsor Forest. Without a doubt, England's legends are steeped in magic and history. From tales of witches and goblins to castles and towers full of ghosts, each of these myths is fascinating and contributes to enriching the country's vast cultural legacy.